book recommendations. One, the first book I'll recommend, and unfortunately I left it at home. I have my special edition. It's
and
beautiful.
I scoured my library, and it's not here.
It's somewhere.
I'm notorious for giving books away, so that's probably what I did.
But that's Bird Box, and the reason I bring that up, it's not exactly
Josh Malerman in the house.
But I think there's going to be a lot of people that are familiar with it because of the Netflix movie, but not necessarily familiar with the book. And so I just want to give a shout out to the book. The book is fantastic. I read the book before the Netflix movie came out, and my thought was this cannot be properly adapted into a movie, and it can't.
It's like trying to adapt the Book Thief into a movie.
So it's not worth watching because Netflix wants me to watch it badly.
It's not a bad
trying
movie.
to get me to watch it.
It's not a bad movie. Read the book first, though.
Read the book. Do read the book first, and I don't think that you always have to read the book first. But in this case, do read the book first because you're going to watch the movie and be like, all right, they did what they can with it. The whole concept just can't be fully done visually because the whole fear of it comes from the fact that you can't see.
Yep.
I remember Bird Box is one of those few books I read where I felt suspense and I felt tension from page 1 to the end. It drew you out the whole time.
much.
The first chapter, and a lot of people who want to write suspense but don't necessarily like horror, I actually recommend read the first chapter of this book because it's not gruesome or anything like that, but the first chapter shows all the tricks that are there to really build tension into a story, and nothing happens. Almost nothing happens in chapter 1, but
and
you
yet
feel
you're
on
like,
the edge of your seat. Yes. It's so beautifully written. I love Malerman's prose. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's very poetic. There's just such mastery on display of how to build tension into a story, even in the low moments of plot. And then it's very Hitchcockian in terms of just putting you on your edge, and you're just waiting for that moment to strike, and you know it's coming, but you just don't know when and how.
Did it benefit from the whole stupid, the concept that you come out with something that works and then everybody jumps on it? Kind of like we talked about Twilight. Twilight had been out for a while.
Well,
I did it live off like the Quiet Place?
This book lingered.
Popularity.
This book lingered for a long
Came
time.
before.
No, I mean the movie. Like the movie
This
comes
came
out.
before A Quiet Place.
Bird
Yeah,
Box. The Bird Box movie came before A Quiet Place?
No,
Yes,
the
yes.
book did. The book
Right,
did,
that's
though.
what I'm
It
saying.
actually
But the
came
movie
back.
came out after.
It came back a couple years ago, and the competition wasn't A Quiet Place. The competition was actually The Road, and what's the Shyamalan film, The Happening.
So the movie came out before.
So around the same time that The Road came out, the movie came out. I think it's the same time as The Road, the movie, Cormac McCarthy's Road, which is also phenomenal. Definitely read that. And then there's the movie came out for The Road, and then there was the movie for
I'm fumbling around
The
here.
Happening. That's fine. And so there was, and I read that Malerman was kind of concerned about that because it seems like he's playing in the same territory.
Yep.
It is its own story. It is phenomenally written. It's way better than The Happening. I put it up on par with The Road. Both of them are gorgeous stories with gorgeous writing and very unconventional in terms of storytelling. But they're also very similar in being post-apocalyptic.
And that's all I meant about the movie part of it.
Yes.
Like the book being
Now,
adapted,
the
the movie
out.
was jumping on the
Now, the movie came
popularity
out,
of the other
it's-
sensory movies that we're talking about.
I don't know how much of it has to be with other movies come out. It may have been partially due to A Quiet Place, which I very much enjoyed.
I thought that A Quiet Place was an incredible
yes,
movie.
I liked it. It was a lot of
I
fun.
haven't
claustrophobic.
seen it yet.
Okay. Oh man.
So I apologize for all that fumbling there,
Yes.
but Ted,
You do have a Malerman story.
Ted, our producer, has expressed the need to us that we need to self-pimp as much as possible.
Yes, be
So
horse.
if we're talking about Malerman, I am fortunate to not only be in an one anthology with Malerman, but I'm in 2 anthologies with Malerman.
And this
the
anthology,
biggest one is this anthology right here, and if I don't want to take a picture of that.
Here, I was going to say we'll hold it closer to the screen.
Gutted, beautiful horror stories. I was very fortunate to have a story in that anthology with Josh.
And I will say, I'm not in this one. This is one of my favorite horror anthologies I've ever read. This is beautiful.
Yes, sorry, I apologize for all that fumbling, but
Yes.
every author has a brag shelf where they keep all the books that they're in. My brag shelf is like hidden because I don't really feel I'm like here's all these great books, so I'm going to keep my books.
So my opinion with Bird Box movie, they did what they could. It wasn't terrible, but it just can't. You can't make that story visually.
No,
but I am so
it's
happy
hard.
for Josh Malerman that it came out because the book is getting the credit it deserves, and this is me here pitching as well. It is phenomenal. It's quiet, it's suspenseful, and it keeps you going from page to page.
Hey, and I would also like to say too, and I know you've said this too, Josh Malerman is like the best guy ever.
He's a sweetheart.
He's such a wonderful guy. Josh, I hope you're listening, and I hope you read this or watch this. Like we both got the chance to go to StokerCon this year, and like I had never met Josh before, and somebody introduced me to him. And right off the bat, he's like, "Oh yeah, we're in a couple books together." He's like, "We have really similar reading tastes," and we just start like nerding out, like about like all of our favorite horror novels and stuff. And he's like one of those guys who's like he's the next big thing, but he's just a guy. He's just such a great guy, you know. And he's delightfully offbeat, you know. And what did he do for his reading of Scares That Care? Was it this year or last year? Like he did a musical number or something. It was crazy. He's just a wonderful, wonderful human being.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So yeah. I'm happy he's getting some recognition, and
me too.
So I guess this review is mostly for the people that may have watched the movie or been curious about the movie. Read the book. The book is fantastic.
Yeah.
I guess I'll do my other pitch.
Absolutely, and I'll do my book pitches.
And this one, I do not mean to self-promo, but we're actually in this one. But that's the reason I'm familiar with it.
We're both in this book.
We're both in this one. Other Voices, Other Tombs. I'm not even going to talk about our stories because this is not about self-promotion. I just want to say that...
Hold it up like really close.
Yes, here, I'll pass it along. You can
here,
hold
I'll
up
do
there.
it.
And you could do a screen cap later and maybe edit it in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Maybe. You got to send me pictures.
But I want to say that I did read the other stories in this. I think it's fantastic. Keelan Patrick Burke's story, I remember Anya Allborn. Actually, Anya Allborn is one of my favorite modern horror authors. She's fantastic. But in general, the stories are great. I do highly recommend it. There's a variety that's there. The stories have of different tastes that are there, so I think people are going to gravitate to different stories. And that's with an open anthology like that's what you want. You kind of want to explore a little bit and then find which one you really enjoy.
Yep.
I very much enjoyed reading the other authors' work in this one.